Hi there, I'm David Madison, an educator at the Orlando Museum of Art. As part of Museum from Home, let's take a look at Lesley Dill's Dada poem wedding dress. This sculpture is actually documentation of a performance Dill developed in 1993. The paper dress was worn by a model with painted words extending onto her exposed skin. The text for the piece was sourced from Emily Dickinson's poem, "The Soul Has Bandaged Moments." In the poem, the soul is personified as a trapped woman. Dickinson alludes to an unknown force, perhaps society, perhaps a lover, as keeping the soul from freedom. But it is also suggested that the soul is somewhat complicit in maintaining her entrapment. What motivated Dill to print Dickinson's words on a wedding dress? As a symbol, a wedding dress may represent a woman's socially significant decision to legally marry. Anyone who has married likely experienced some apprehensions before her wedding, but ultimately she moved forward with her decision. Does Dill's dress represent freedom or entrapment? Like the personified soul in Dickinson's poem, the answer to this question seems nuanced, complex. The wedding dress may also be a nod to Dickinson's penchant for wearing white. Dickinson, who never married, spent much of her life writing in isolation. She is well regarded for positioning her poem speakers as societal appraisers, recognizing cultural constraints and reimagining a utopian freedom. Dill, whose artworks often feature text, fell in love with Dickinson's writing after receiving a book of her poems as a birthday present. On the importance of language, Dill said, quote, "I think of words, especially poetry and especially Emily Dickinson's, as a new kind of spiritual armor, a protecting skin of words that dresses the soul with inspiration of vulnerability, fear, and hope. As clothing cloaks or reveals, so does language, which can selectively present or obscure." End quote. Visually, notice how Dill represents Dickinson's words at varying scales, causing certain phrases to read as boisterous, while others are more subdued. This recalls the Dadaist practice of designing texts with varying sizes and weights to imply a certain sound or tone. The frayed edges and loose hems of the dress suggest not only fragility, after all, this is a paper sculpture, but also an unfinished nature to the performative work. As she has done with Dickinson's poem, Dill invites the viewer to reinvent, remix, reconsider the meaning of her open-ended artwork. Do you have a young art lover at home? Celebrate April as National Poetry Month by exploring the work of Emily Dickinson or other noteworthy poets. Challenge your learner to create a visual representation of a selected poem and write a short statement about how the poem inspired the work. I hope you are enjoying these online videos. To show your financial support for the museum, just text OMA to 71777. Donations made before April 30th are eligible for a 15% match through the United Arts of Central Florida collaborative campaign. Who is your favorite poet? What do you see when you look at Lesley Dill's artwork? Reply to this story by sharing your thoughts or a motivating poem. And be sure to follow the museum's social media accounts for more inspiration.